I love the A220 and have been waiting to review Air Canada's for a while. I had a trip booked in business class over a year ago, but Air Canada's constant delays and cancellations ruined that plan. But here I am finally able to try it. How good is business class on our northern neighbor's newest offering? Let's find out on this flight from Toronto to Chicago. I hoofed it with great alacrity from my delayed international flight to the US gates and US pre-clearance, though I got caught in security who wanted to inspect my salt from Hallstatt, likely thinking it was something else. I made it to the Maple Leaf Lounge about 40 minutes prior to boarding. I've been in this lounge back in 2019, also with a delayed Air Canada flight. There's your typical drinks and some food options. If you wanted enough food for dinner that was possible, think United Club minus the bar and improved food recently. My flight was still marked as on time, and I hurried to the gate. Sadly, there was no view of the aircraft unless you went further down the hall. Boarding time came and went, but I noticed the crew was still lined up and hadn't yet boarded themselves. 12 minutes after boarding was supposed to start, there was finally an announcement saying that they were still deplaning and cleaning the aircraft. The prior flight had arrived early. The turnaround had only been scheduled to be 15 minutes. Damn, that's aggressive. The crew finally boarded 22 minutes into the boarding and 13 minutes before scheduled departure. Supposedly, the delay was due to cleaning and a passenger requiring special assistance. But still now, this is the 8th Air Canada flight in a row that has been late. A formal delay was only announced 8 minutes after scheduled departure time, first of 25 minutes and then 35 minutes. First class on the A220 is in A220, finally something different from the Euro business I've covered before on Air Baltic, Air France, and Swiss. The seats are solid, new-style domestic recliners with a footrest, leg rest, and recline. The in-seat entertainment was giving the same loading error I get whenever I do award searches on aircanada.com. Boarding was complete 20 minutes past scheduled departure, and we pushed back 30 minutes past departure time. Cabin lights weren't dimmed at all, and I know that's enough for Josh to categorically say an airline is unsafe.
A fully illuminated cabin is a potential death trap.
Flying time was an hour 20 at 34,000 feet. Wi-Fi was available gate to gate, and there's free messaging for Aeroplan members. Seriously, does that just leave American and WestJet here as the only main airlines in North America without free messaging? The entertainment and moving map are the same as Air Canada's long haul I just covered, which is an incredible improvement over the old Embraer 190s. There's also a meal served on the flight, despite the short duration. The tray folds out into both a cocktail and full table, and is actually quite stable. We were given a hot towel. There was no choice of meal, a sort of Asian noodle salad with what I think was pork. It was hard to tell. It was passable. A glass of Riesling made it go down much better. The woman next to me, a vegetarian, was able to cobble together a snack with some leftover nuts, but was already looking up an Uber Eats delivery near her hotel. Again, the lights were not dimmed even in the slightest as we came in to land in Chicago.
Safety should always come first, and I definitely don't approve this behavior.
So Air Canada's business class on the A220. Again, the A220 is a fantastic aircraft that is quiet, fuel efficient, and has large overhead bins. The business class seats were actually not bad, and the in-flight entertainment is the same excellent offering as the longer routes. Honestly, the only problem with Air Canada's business class on the A220 is the Air Canada piece. I have just been burned far too many times to ever really trust them. I flew back a day early from Europe expecting to get stranded in Toronto, and I nearly did. So sure, fly them, and it's a perfectly fine experience if the plane actually goes, that is. So that concludes this trip to Europe I titled Figaro Went Yodeling. It's been really fun. As for what's next, well, it's definitely the most crazy around-the-world trip I've ever done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in Around the World with You.